Opening that.
Let me get everything queued up. So.
And I'm just gonna dump the link in random places.
Yeah.
My channel. Tweet. Time to notify the stupid little blue bird app. Not that much
Tweet,
of anything.
Tweedledee.
Cease.
Tweedledee.
Yes, you did, Stug. You are in the call.
It's an unfair advantage.
Don't worry about it too much. It could be worse.
No, it couldn't.
You underestimate. You underestimate the capacity of this group for unrepentant fuckery.
She has a point.
Yeah,
She has a point.
You underestimate the potential for fuckery.
I have worked very hard to keep myself contained, thank you.
Yeah, the same side. The only time.
Nope. Nope. Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome back.
The ideas.
We have... While Stug is dying, apparently. While Stug apparently dies, how about we all go down sadly, Mumsy has been abducted by his work once more, and will not be making it to join us today.
What if I went to Britain and kidnapped his boss?
Please do not.
At least he is in the chat.
Kidnapping.
You said I wasn't allowed to kidnap Mumsy.
Kidnapping is not the answer. It is a felony.
Artillery might be an answer.
Do not.
Let's start with me.
So let's all introduce ourselves, and we actually have a special guest today. They will be with us for the upcoming arc. They are more than allowed to introduce themselves, but it is up to them whether they wish to introduce their character now or wait until their character shows up. Anyways, Simon, would you like to start us off?
Hi, Simon or Bronze Knight. I am a subscriber for this channel and soon patron of the Pathfinder Campaign because I really want to see something that would make Akaki's mind go kadonk, and Akaki, well, that's my character, a half-elf samurai champion who is also a disaster lesbian and my attempt at making an Eva for this party.
It has not gone well. Since apparently without Sareed to concentrate the gremlin, it just spreads to everyone in the party.
Yeah, Akaki did behave a bit like that when it came to...
Except for Ander.
Somehow... Somehow,
shockingly is me.
Anyways.
Next up is...
Would our guest like to introduce themselves really quick?
Felix?
Yes, that's you!
That's me?
Yes!
Yes! Speak words, dummy!
Words. Spoken.
Good job. I knew I could believe in you.
I know, right?
This is Felix. He has a Twitch channel, Felix the Bard. Feel free to go check that out. There should be a link in the video description.
Please. Please, I'm 28 followers away from being able to make money on the thing, please.
So yeah, if you guys could help him out a little bit, that'd be great. And
I'm funny.
Yes, currently he's playing through the Pathfinder game, I think.
Pathfinder, Mass Effect, and Digimon.
Yep.
Set up a Patreon.
There's still time for Ander. Silence, Mumsy. We love you, but silence. When that man succumbs to the gremlinery, we have a problem.
Never.
And don't worry, Susan and I are already planning on how that's going to happen.
Anyways, since Felix has been introduced, would you like to introduce your character as well, or would you like to keep that under wraps until we meet him?
Who says I have a character? What do you mean? I'm just here for the memes.
He's decorational.
You mean you mean ornamental?
That too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
Anyways, next.
Who is it? Dad?
Yeah, I'm John, and as you all know by now, I'm responsible, or partly at least, for the start of the Bronze Age. In this game, I play Merrick, the party scout, and also the party drunk. Yeah.
Booze is an excellent motivator for short scout people.
Apparently, booze.
So,
Next.
Stug.
Puff.
Words.
I am Stug. I am Stug. Son of light artillery. Descendant of two racehorses pulling a field gun. I play Ed Redshirt, an inbred noble who fights to reclaim his family's honor.
And undo the whole inbred thing.
Yeah, because that was magically done after he got conceived.
There was fuckery. Moving along.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're my turn. Okay, cool.
We
I am
are
Walter.
organized, I swear.
I am Walter, son of Walter, descendant of Walter, the guy who made the intro that Stug keeps trying to steal. Also known as the Reptile King, and also running the, well, not running, hosting, I guess? Yeah, hosting is a good word. Hosting the Space Pirate Campaign, which we just got another session of done yesterday, and hopefully Susan will get the first episode loaded in the near future.
Do you have any idea how many times I have to bleep out you dropping the F-bomb?
Hey, that's only for your version of it. The Patreon version is uncensored.
Fair, I'll
Fuck,
get that.
fuckity, fuck.
We got past the first 10 seconds, YouTube. Don't give a shit no more.
I will only be playing Ander briefly this session, as I will be the one running this coming town that we're going to be dealing with and having lots of fun in. So, for a more atmospheric experience, please turn off your lights, cover your windows. I need you in a dark room.
Considering my character, putting me in a dark room would not make me, I would make her possess me. And we need some semblance of sensible adultery where we are going.
Oh, that's Vesta's job. Speaking of... Hi, everyone. I'm Monster Review Girl. You guys know me. I'm the one technically in charge of this channel. I play Vesta, the hag-child druid, who will probably end up becoming this party's adult in lieu of Ander. God help us all.
I mean, the only time Akagi ever fell to gremlinry was when she got pissed that she got lied to in something regarding Tess, and
Yep.
since how
Anyway,
and how she values family.
Yep. Anyways,
No,
so
Mumsy, I'm not giving you dinner.
it's
I'm broke. I can't
adulting.
afford that.
It's adulting. Adultery is something else. Stug! Bad! Bad Stug. Bad. Anyways, so before we get started, I would like to do something I haven't done in a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of plugging real quick. So, thank you for tolerating this interruption. Feel free to distribute this live stream, both in its archived form and as live, wherever you wish. We'd love to have new people come and check us out. If you're interested, in supporting the channel in a more monetary fashion, please visit us over on Subscribestar for early access to videos, uncensored videos, and videos that will never see the light of YouTube. If you join us the site itself will make it clear what rewards are available at what levels. Also, I would like to thank our monetary sponsor, Dead Tree Studios. Dead Tree has generously offered to sponsor this channel, in exchange for my promotion of their product, Dames of Astoria. Dames of Astoria is a tabletop RPG that is actually out and available for purchase now, where you play as a highly customizable demi-fauna. Please check out their YouTube page and their store to order the product yourself. There should be a link in the description for where you can purchase it. But if you're lost, please go to shop.projectdeadtree.com/Dames of Astoria. Please feel free to check them out, and I'm sure they'd love your support. Also, please check out me and Felix in the Are you done dying?
Doug, I know breathing can be difficult sometimes, but I need you to try to do it a little bit more quiet.
Anyways, please feel free to check out Felix and I, as well as some others, in the Active Play D&D podcast Dice Sesh over on All Ages of Geek. We're on a little bit of an upload hiatus, but we've got a bunch of episodes in the can. We can't wait to show you guys. Feel free to take advantage of this time to get caught up.
I do, as a fan of Dice, I do hope you guys get back to uploading so I can actually listen to it while I work.
Yes, we're all hoping to get back into the swing of things. Anyways, now that the shameless plug is done,
Advertisement. Everyone needs it.
the last time we saw our fair heroes, although, yeah, you know what? The last time we saw our fair heroes, the party had finally resolved their business in the capital and left, heading north to the city they knew was going to be under attack from a dragon.
I mean, Anders got a 19 charisma. I'd say he's fairly handsome.
Moving on! So,
Fair hero is accurate for him, at least.
moving on. So I'm going to ask you guys now. Would you like to... You guys are going to be arriving to the town with a couple of days to spare. Would you like to say that the travel time will be treated as downtime, and you guys tell me what you've been doing, and we make any necessary die rolls? Or would you like to go a little more in-depth into that?
Just downtime so we get things moving.
I've been trying to learn his mother's native language.
As well as, Akaki is there for teaching him culture as well as language.
Yes, so he doesn't accidentally proposition a deity again.
Yeah,
proposition a deity, ask it for porn, and then tell it it's already dead.
Yes, just please do not.
Ander is going to spend the time practicing to learn his glaive. The level up I did use to give him proficiency with it, so he can now actively use the damn thing.
Yes, you can use it, and you can use it properly. I mean, it's not really too different from the staffs you were technically trained to use at the Wizards Academy, but it's just got a knife on the end.
Yeah, a big knife for stabbing and slashing. Fun stuff.
Yes. And I
he is also-
apologize any medieval weapons nerds who just got offended that I referred to a glaive as a knife on a stick.
Any medieval
I mean,
weapons
it's
nerd
more
that
of-
is
I do
offended
think
by
of it
that
as
truth, any medieval weapons nerd that is offended by that truth has a stick up their ass. More importantly, I'm gonna put a knife on that stick.
Anyway.
I mean, like,
the other thi-
is for grabbing a rider off his horse en passant.
Ander will also be using the downtime to teach Tess a cantrip that he knows.
Okay.
This will be Tanglefoot.
Okay. Interesting. There aren't exactly any like written down rules for teaching somebody else a spell, but since Tess is already a caster class, it will be somewhat easier. Here's what I'm going to say. 1 second, let me double check the skills that are in Pathfinder. Come to me. Work with me, please. Thank you. And to confirm, we're all like level 7.
Yes,
I'm just
we are all.
confirming for myself because I have the memory of a goldfish. Okay, so let's just look at the skills. I'm going to say that is I'm gonna say that is Arcana. Well, allow me to rephrase that. What type of casting class are you actually? I know
Primal.
I was gonna say I know you're a summoner, but I can't remember what casting type summoner is.
It depends on the summoned for Ander with his giant angry crocodile. He is a primal caster.
Okay, I will say that is an Arcana, but you can add your spell casting mod. I will say you can add. You know what?
Use my-
Let's say you
I can use my spell attack roll instead of just the Arcana.
Yes, you can
Or
use your
both.
spell. You can use your spell attack as the modifier. Given
Okay.
how busted Pathfinder characters get, that should be fairly OP.
I mean, the Arcana is actually higher.
If you want to use the basically use the Arcana or your spell attack roll as the modifier, whichever's higher.
Yeah.
Because
so
I imagine
let's
a
bust
lot
out
of
my
this
handy dandy
involves.
dice roller.
I imagine a lot of this involves demonstrating the spell.
So, I got an 18 plus 15. That is a 33.
Sweet fuck, Pathfinder gets the Pathfinder numbers get stupid.
Big number, good.
Big number, go brrr.
And then, when Ander tries to, let's say, do a medicine check, it's a +4. Oh shit.
And
Luckily, Akagi has proficiency in the medicine skill.
Ain't that helpful?
Somebody has to have it.
Does Merrick have proficiency in that skill?
Yeah, Merrick has proficiency in medicine.
It's a good thing to have proficiency in.
Yes. So you say that
Nope.
this is a cantrip that he knows?
Yes, it is a cantrip he knows. The cantrip is Tanglefoot. Give me 1 second. Wait, that is the wrong fucking. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay, so Tanglefoot. It is a range 30 spell. It's not actually a damager, but it is for would be good for self defense. Hence why he is teaching Tess this spell.
Yes. And it is good that he's teaching her because up to this point, as far as Ander is aware, this budding sorcerer has progressed this far in her magic's awakening and has received no formal education in controlling it. It's a miracle she hasn't exploded.
Yeah. So basically, targets one creature, a vine covered in sticky sap appears from thin air, flicking from your hand and lashing itself to the target. Attempt a spell attack against the target. On a critical success, target is immobilized and takes a negative 10-foot circumstance penalty to its speed for 1 round. It can escape against the spell DC to remove the penalty in the immobilized condition. Success, on this normal success, the target takes 10-foot circumstance penalty to their speed and can once again try to against the spell DC to remove the penalty. On a failure, the target is unaffected. If heightened, it can last 2 rounds, or heightened the 4th, the effect will last for 1 minute.
Awesome.
So basically, now we can make that last for 1 minute.
Yes, which is great for Tess because that gives her an opportunity to, because this is basically okay, you're glued to the ground, I'm gonna run, because Tess is like 13.
Yes.
And not at all built for combat.
Yes. So, basically, whenever they're stopped, Ander is showing her how to do this and hurl it at trees.
As you do, so has Ander like taught people before?
Yeah, he's probably done some tutoring at the Mages College.
Yeah, some
that would be about it.
Yeah, some tutoring for beer money.
Yeah, pretty much. That would be about it.
Yeah, so, and that was with people who already kind of knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not sure if it's because you and Tess already have a very good rapport or what, but she is taking to this quite well, and by the time you guys reach the city, she is able to do this consistently and with quite a degree of accuracy, at least on stationary targets.
Awesome.
Testing this on moving targets without annoying the out of your traveling companions is a little difficult, though. So with a moving target, you're not sure, but you know for a fact she can do this on a stationary target.
Oh, Ander will use it. And they can use Ed as a test dummy.
Kiki approves of it. Kiki approves of it because because of her.
It's a test.
Oh.
It's just making sure she can get away because, again, she is the youngest person in this party. So I'm gonna kind of reuse a City Gates map we've used in the past because why not?
I mean, it is an Imperial city. They're going to have an SOP for how they're going to build city gates.
Yes, there is kind of a standard operation procedure. Okay.
Yeah, if we were like if we had moved completely to a different region, that would be different.
I would have to pull something out of my ass. Okay, there's the gates.
Relatively recent conquest, but details.
Yes. So, I'm gonna move you guys, and I believe everybody's on this map. If you're not, speak when I move you guys over, and I will get your character moved.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, Merrick is on this map.
I'm on the map.
Oh, good. We've got everybody. Don't worry, Felix. I will get you on the map quickly.
I think I should be in the front.
Ander is hiding in the cart for Ander reasons.
Sarid can we just dump up in the forest because she's in the Feywilds?
Sarid
Yes.
is having meet the parents dinner with the fairies.
For several days. Or, given the fact that it's the Feywild, who knows? She could have been there for centuries.
I'm doing one of those time is slower there than here situations. So for
Okay.
for Sarid, she is still having a lovely dinner with her boyfriend's parents and is unaware of the fact that time is actively passing.
So, for reference for everybody else, Feywild time is a little bit loopy. Basically, how quickly time flows in any particular region of the Feywild is pretty much up to the Fey Lord in charge. So,
Fuckery.
Feywild, a Fey Lord could just decide that time is faster in his area. Fey Lord could decide that time is slower in his area. Some Fey Lords are like, fuck it, I don't like nighttime. So they just turn off nighttime and just skip that.
So 24-hour light time.
Yeah, this could also be the same thing with stuff like seasons and things like that.
Yep.
Oh.
Now, Felix, I don't exactly have a token that meets your race exactly, but I can approximate. How human passing is your boy? Because I know
How
he
noodly
ain't
is-
human.
How noodly is your snake man?
Less noodly, but cobra head.
Okay, we're just gonna approximate with a night token. I know it's very human, but this is what I got.
Hey, that's fine. That works for me.
I'm gonna put you, like, right there. I'm gonna go into its settings. Controlled by me. And you. So I can move you around if I need to.
Yay.
And let me just, grab your boy. Let me just double check how exactly your boy spells his name. Okay.
What is his name?
You'll
I
find
know.
out when you talk to him.
Ah. That's just more of a rhetorical question of how difficult.
Oh, it's not difficult.
You'll find out when you talk to him.
Save settings. Oh, one sec. Let me stick a nameplate on him so we don't, like, get confused. There we go. So, 1 second. I am...
One Mississippi.
The DM... The DM must answer the call of nature. I should not have drunk that fast.
Oh,
I keep
for the
telling you
record,
that every day.
the guards are haggard and a little bit on the frustrated side. They've been working very hard and not getting anywhere with their work. But what exactly that work is yet to be known to the party.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Good for me to know where my men are, though, emotionally.
Yeah.
Akagi just looks at that with a can I at least be and goes, can I at least be the one since I have the least likelihood of doing something stupid?
Okay.
No.
DM's back.
as-
Sorry about that. So,
It looks at her as good.
I have Felix. I have
Yep, I
messaged
saw it.
you. Okay, cool.
Okay, so the party has arrived to the front gates. Ander, due to his own reasons, is in the back. And I am finally going to break down and add Tess to the party board, even though she will not be participating in battle. Because the party will need to know where Tess is.
Yes, they will.
Can you choose another token than Ander?
Oh, shoot, did not realize that was the same color. I I just grabbed that one because it had dark hair like she does. That's why I put nameplates on thing. You know? Shoot. The things you don't exactly think about. Until it suddenly dawns on you. Crap. Okay, none of those work. What's up?
Who dropped out?
Rap again.
It's okay.
It's a bra- I pressed the wrong button.
It's okay. Wrong buttons happen. I did not realize that was the same token until I actually looked at the screen again. My bad. You go away.
It looks back at.
It's not technically right, but it'll do. Because it looks different.
It looks back at Akagi, goes, "Okay, when have I done something stupid? That wasn't motivated. That wasn't caused by drugs, or was it referring to the divine?"
Ander speaks up. Pretty much anytime where your false emperor could have been involved.
Akagi gestures right back at Adder.
Yes.
What he said.
So,
I don't think.
You have to prioritize that stuff. It's really not as important as you think it is.
So, do you mind if I abbreviate? Do you mind if I refer to your character as Kess, and just for the sake of sanity?
Sure.
Okay, so Kess, your mini is visible, but we're gonna say you're in one of the towers, so just probably filling out a pile of paperwork.
Cadmus, like Cadmus does.
There
Okay.
will be more
How about
paperwork.
this? You go on this. Okay. You stand on this side. I stand on this side. That way our scabbards don't tap because.
Susan.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You mean like this?
Well, I don't know if you want to put his
Yeah, that works.
token down, but Ander is going to be summoning Rip Girl in a sec.
I'm not slapping down that thing's token. The locals will be flipping shit. Actually, you know what?
Wunderbar.
Wait, you're summoning him right here, right now.
Yep.
Okay, so
Right there.
So Kess, you're minding your own business inside when you hear the unmistakable and deeply worrying sounds of the two guys that got posted up top of the gates to watch for newcomers absolutely losing their shit.
Outside the gate, Ander is raising his hand, and basically arcane power starts surging in the location he's working in, as bone by bone, flesh and sinew wrapping around the skeleton forming, and then skin hovering over that.
For the sake of scale,
Grimgarl.
I'm plumping down the boy.
Grimgarl, yes.
Oh,
Grimgarl is summoned.
I can just look out there and goes, Elder, I thought you were sane!
Ender grabs the large pole that they were in his stuff out of the wagon and just starts loading it on Grimgarl's back. What, did you think I was just gonna carry everything? No.
But you could have at least gotten off and summoned him a bit back!
He'll be fine.
One of your one of your subordinates who was up top just comes thundering down the stairs. Boss? Boss?
What could you possibly fucking want?
There is a situation.
Oh, really? Another one? Beautiful. And here I thought I would enjoy a day off.
There's a There's some people outside. One of them has summoned some sort of giant reptile.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Grimgarl is of course flopped on the ground, looking profoundly bored as Ander is strapping his gear onto the giant crocodile's back.
When I
Meanwhile-
say giant, sir, I mean,
You mean proportionate. You mean large. You mean maybe larger than our walls, yes? Giant is not a relative term. It doesn't need explained.
You're
Show me
gonna
the
want to.
fucking situation. Yes, I want to see it. Show it to me.
Okay, so your subordinate kind of brings you up topside so you can see this thing. Oh shit! Fuck.
And meanwhile, there's some random woman just
Is shouting at
Standing.
the first up, the creature you're looking at appears to be getting summoned to be used as some sort of transport, as some sort of pack beast by this individual over here, who is
Ed is
putting
panicking
stuff,
and thinking of words going,
who is putting stuff on
First-
its back. This woman here appears to be chewing him out for some reason, probably for summoning this thing so close to a city. Also, holy shit, that thing is
Big enough to kill a dragon.
girthy. Like you're pretty sure that you're pretty sure you've seen. You have not.
Grimgarl
This animal is immense.
Ed finally speaks up at the two guards and goes, yeah, my name is Ed Redshirt. I am the son of Eric Redshirt and Anna Redshirt. Have you received the report have you seen the report I sent you?
Cass, you think about it a second, you go, so that's what that was. It's at the bottom of the inbox.
Oh,
That's plan
You're
A.
the-
Yeah.
you're the one who sent that little missive.
Yeah.
Cute.
That thing chewed up the Blue Dragon's boyfriend, and it's plan A on how to deal with this. It's gonna turn out to be plan A on what's gonna deal with it.
Ander,
No, it's not.
You have Grimgarl all packed and ready to go, and he's kind of looking at you with the look of, why are you doing this to me, boss? You know this is not my environment of choice.
And Akaki is kind of sort of
That's
looking
Grimgarl's head.
at
I'm sorry, bud. I'm gonna need the help with this.
Akaki
Ander looks at Akaki. I'm going to be going to negotiate with the Blue Dragon by myself. You guys need to prepare this village in case I fail. I'll see you. I will
Okay,
see you in a few days.
yeah, and if you succeed, I will have some treat. I will probably have some treats for Grimgarl for being a good boy and sticking out with what the hell just happened.
I love when people
So-
ignore me.
Well, to be fair, you are way the fuck up there.
Oh no, Grimgarl can make that jump.
So, I imagine Ander is getting up on Grimgarl's back. Grimgarl just kind of heaves up onto his legs. And you know how crocodiles just walk?
Yeah, he does that.
He's just walking off. So,
Yeah,
looking
just
at...
that walk of he's going to be walking for a very long time and really not even getting tired doing it.
Yep. So, Cass, after that thing just ambles off, you're looking at what remains of this group. You see a human gentleman, the one who was shouting at you earlier, well, shouting up at you, because these walls are actually quite high up.
Dressed up like he looks like he's dressed like he's a noble or something.
Yeah, you
Idiot with too much money.
You recognize him.
Idiot with too much money. You know how it
recognize
is.
his name from the report. You kind two half elves, one appearing much younger than the other. A human woman on the average side of height, marked up like some sort of druid or nature priest, and a halfling gentleman. Should I bring you down to the front where you can actually talk to these people and not be shouting at them?
Akaki just goes,
Yes.
let me handle this, Ed.
Okay.
So you all will see in guard captain uniform, rapier on his hip, a man that looks like he should stand about human size, except for a long hooded cobra neck is coming up where his head should be. His eyes slitted and very narrowed at all of you.
Akaki just starts up with the going.
Are we going with the
slowly-
neck? Are we going with the neck being longer than like a human, so he's like looking down at everybody?
Yes.
Akaki just sort of goes with that. And I apologize for our summoner. He is out doing a plan A. We are basically here to fix plan B.
Bronze, which one is your character?
That is Akaki.
This one.
I will shuffle
No, the halfling or the human?
Akagi,
He's the human woman with the swords.
Akagi is depicted
half elf.
by the blonde sword wielding individual with a blue cloak.
Okay.
Although her hair is black because she is half Japanese.
Moving on.
Okay.
That's the model I could find that fit your
Okay.
character.
I mean,
So-
can't you? Are you able to upload stuff?
Yes, but that's a matter for a different time.
Yeah, that's
I'll look for stuff. I'll look for stuff.
Thank you.
I already got one for Grimgarl I sent you. You just never uploaded it, and it makes me sad.
Anywho,
So Kespek looks at Akaki and just a small reptilian smirk comes over him before he holds up one finger and goes, "And who gave you permission to speak?" You are
He's
being
feisty.
talked to right now, not talked at. So shut up and listen.
Sounds like he's talking
for a
at them.
moment.
I will listen, mister. And she is,
Good.
well,
You are at my city.
Hmm?
You came here unannounced except for a small little missive that was oh so cute that you thought it would get attention. Because you have a name. The city doesn't give a fuck about who you are. Currently, I'm dealing with a series of murders that is driving me up the wall. And you want me to sit here and pretend that there's a dragon on the way? When no such reports have been heard of in years. You have no credence. You showed up with a giant reptile and thought that would get you an audience. You're really lucky that when you're getting words spoken at your direction.
the woman marked up like a nature priest kind of squeezes past the younger half-elf and steps to the next to the half-elf. If I may, sir?
Oh, I believe if you must.
How about this? My group and I are, although we don't look it, we are actually quite competent. How about we help you with your investigation? Many hands, light work.
Thanks.
Oh.
Akaki just kind of gives
Yes.
Vesta a thumbs up. For
This is, by the way,
suggesting-
something the entire city guard has been doing. So
Yeah.
And Akagi goes,
hands are on deck for this because these are some very gruesome
Messy
murders.
situation.
It's very messy. Yeah.
yeah. Akagi just sort of goes, yeah. can I start with taking a look at the bodies? Maybe I can find something or things like that.
We would like to help. And, Cass, you do notice every single one of these individuals that you've had a chance to actually look at closely they are wearing insignia that indicates they are registered members of the Adventurers Guild.
Of course. How could I deny the guild? You want to help? You want to make merry? So that we all believe your little dragon story? Fine. You can try. I hold no hopes of success.
Just take us to see the bodies.
Oh, you're giving me orders now.
No, it's me asking.
I haven't been given orders since I was a young guard. But fine. I will take you to see the bodies, my liege.
Akaki kind of sort of looks at him with an inner mind. It just goes, "Oh boy, he must really be stressed."
Oh yes.
Ed murmurs under his breath, "Are the nobles who take lightly the gift of our ancestors."
Just this man is not having a good day. This man has not had a good week. The rumor of a dragon rocking up, all it is doing is giving him more anxiety. Let's see, do I actually have a good map for this? I do not at this point in time, so we are going to repurpose a pre-existing map as sort of where the reports are about the remains.
Okay.
So is there going to be a corpse there?
We can say that they got taken. We can say that that this place has like a morgue.
Okay, cool.
It will not.
I'm going to be describing. I will be describing the corpse.
It will not 100% look like a morgue, but it will be a morgue.
It's the closest we got.
Yes.
Hey, back in the day, anybody could be a forensic person. Could do forensic stuff.
I mean, that was because nobody knew how to fucking do it, but yeah.
Yes, Reed. This is technically an in-room. This is technically an inn, but I need you guys to work with me on this one.
I'm still on the old map.
There we go.
Yeah,
Why am I still in the... Oh, you haven't brought me to the map.
Yeah, I haven't brought the players to the map yet. I'm moving over everybody's minis first.
Okay. I was very confused because I'm also...
Anders mini is not physically present because Ander has fucked off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Ander
took
is
his
fucked
giant
into the
murder
desert.
and took his giant murder lizard with him. And as the lizard trundled off, Kespek, you saw your coworker's blood pressure go back to normal.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Ander and Grimgarl were just as casual as can be about this. Grimgarl was grumpy about this because crocodile, but yeah.
Yeah, so I know this looks like an in-room, but we are going to say that this is where we're going to say that this is like where medical examinations are conducted. Please ignore the ambiance. I forgot to assemble a actual map.
Wunderbar.
I can see this being the morgue.
That's cold storage. This is where the bodies are brought for examination.
Tables.
So the table.
Where is Merrick?
Mother. One moment.
Merrick's on vacation.
I am an adult.
Merrick is at the bar.
Nah,
He was at the bar.
Spending Akagi's money.
Hearing
Merrick is
serial killer.
spending more of Akagi's money.
Hearing murders, the part of you, Merrick, that is an investigator is deeply curious. Oh, son of a I accidentally clicked copy instead of paste.
Oh no!
I am an adult, I swear. I am competent. I have a job that people pay me to do.
And it's a very lovely job, I'm sure.
I haven't seen Naked Old Man yet. I'll take it.
Hey, at least you don't have people attacking you like at my job.
Yet. Anyway, so Kespek, you have brought these people to the morgue. The younger half the younger of the half elves who you know they're younger than the one you've been speaking to, but you're not actually certain how old they are.
It is impossible to tell with elves.
Yeah, this one appears to have some human blood, but but it's still making her age hard to place. The others do seem to be on the more protective side with her, so it's possible she's quite young.
Yeah, especially Akagi, as she is currently...
Right next to her.
Yeah, she's currently right next to her, ready to cover Tessa's eyes in case
and
it thinks
escort her from the building.
Yeah.
The younger one, who appears to be named Tess, looks to Akagi. You know I'll be fine. I've seen worse.
Akagi then thinks back and goes, fair point, very bluntly.
So on the table is a lumpy sheet. Kespek, you know there's a body under there.
Akagi meanwhile looks at it and goes...
He knows exactly what's under there. The party does not.
Yeah, Akagi just looks at it and goes, is that a body or what the hell had... No, I hear...
Yeah, go ahead, lift the sheet. Do it.
Yeah, Akagi just lifts. Akagi just slowly lifts the sheet at what she thinks to be the head.
So, when the sheet comes up, what you find, technically could be called a body. However, it is in pieces. Every bone and organ has been separated from it. Several of them missing. The organs that are missing appear somewhat random. However, this body has basically been completely taken apart. Whatever did this...
Harvesters. Akagi just mumbled harvesters.
Hold on. Was this the autopsy people? The autopsy people looked at this, or did you find it like that?
Cass, you found it like this.
This is how I've found all 3 victims so far.
Akagi just...
Looks like some sort of fleshcraft. Looks like some sort of fleshcraft sort of deal.
Oh, there are 3 known victims. Several people have gone missing aside from those 3 victims, and the homeless population has dropped significantly.
So odds are there's a lot more. It's
good.
just you've found enough remains to account for 3 people.
Alright, this looks like
none of the 3 people were recognizable upon finding them.
So Akagi just looks at...
You guys are all talking over each other?
We start with Akagi.
Yes, start with the one who is taking initiative as party leader during this nausea-inducing event.
The one who is the party leader, I need to mention, but semantics. She just looks at it and goes, are you sure that these bodies are aside from what's missing, completely complete, i.e. that these bodies belongs to this, that all these pieces that you have under each sheet belong to the same body?
Kesbeck, give me a d20 roll.
Just like flat D20, or do you want me to put a status on this, or?
Just give me a flat d20.
Okay, cool. So I'll just roll medicine because that's flat.
Good.
No, this bows for how much he gives a shit about if he has a full body. That's a 2.
I could just.
So, Kesbeck, you don't even know if these body parts are from the same person, and you guys don't even know this from the other corpses that were found.
So we have it.
Okay,
We don't even know if these.
Ed,
Yeah.
let the person who's gotten the role share the information with everyone else.
We don't even know if these are complete bodies. We've just found 3 piles, is the best way to put it.
So, Stag, what is it that you've been trying to make Ed say?
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Couple of things. You told me that the homeless population has been significantly dropping since these sorts of things have been found.
That's correct. At first, we just
this
thought
is
people were
flesh-
being good to each other.
Plus, there's been a massive housing develop. Plus, there's been massive housing construction in conjunction with this stuff. This is either one of two things: a nobleman who has been frivolous with a nobleman who is being frivolous with the gifts of my ancestors, or an up and coming merchant who thinks he's better than everyone else. Have you investigated and considered this as fleshcraft? Have you considered have you cross-evaluated the educational backgrounds of those?
If I may.
I love how this guy thinks he knows what's going on.
I know, right?
Vesta approaches the remains, inspecting them, and Kesbeck, the more you look at this woman, the more you realize she looks like a human, but something about her eyes just ain't right. She's just kind of looking at the pile with her head kind of tilted from one side, then to another. I wonder... May I try something, good sir?
Any blood magic and you will be put down like a dog.
I don't practice blood magic.
Good.
My
Pass
craft
that.
My craft is purely that of nature itself.
Vesta, what are you planning?
Just a moment.
Ed looks up. Ed notices some of people thinking that he's being. Hey, I'm just putting up a theory up on the table. Because usually this sort of thing is some idiot noble.
I mean, that's what happened with that's what occurred with Tess, but it can't always be the same situation over and over again. Let's see here.
Could also be an up and coming merchant.
Obviously, it is the fault of the rich.
Let me have a look here. All right.
I am feeding Felix information, by the way.
Okay. Hello, Dice. Apparently, we have chosen competency from the one who was raised in the wilderness. I'm going to be sharing the die roll, which is time-stamped, with the chat.
Boy!
That 20!
On an Arcana check. So she's just looking over, kind of like, well, she has the decency to put on a pair of gloves before she starts like poking and prodding things.
Okay. Great news, your nat 20 was very productive. There's nothing magical about the bodies.
If it was any type of flesh magic or anything like that, there would be traces of magic left behind. Here there is none. So whatever has occurred here, it was mundane, or at least non-magical.
It was done physically.
Can I point?
So if there is a flesh crafter of any kind, they would have killed the person without magic and then taken them apart by hand.
If this is a flesh crafter, they don't have any magic in their body. Everything here was done by hand, and with disturbing precision. They are quite well versed in their craft. She still with gloved hands kind of picks up the skull and just looks at it. And the way she's looking at it, Kesbeck, she does not look human. She looks something else. Just
Fun.
sets it down. So, we're looking for someone who seems to know a great deal about anatomy and has no regard for the sanctity of life itself.
Sounds like a disgraced surgeon to me.
Definitely.
Oh. I'm so glad you can all throw out hypotheses that we've tested and run through. And I love that you all think that you're special about it.
Well, we're coming
A disgrace.
into this blind. We're making hypotheses with information we are discovering as we are discovering it. We don't have access to what you know. So forgive us for seeming to be traveling paths you've well trodden. For us, they are new.
Ed appears to be forming a new hypothesis, and he goes, "Wait a minute. How many? This bit looks like it came from an elf.
Okay, hold up. Nah.
Ed, if you wish to identify the species of
You're gonna roll for that one, kid.
That would be medicine.
Yeah, you're gonna roll a medicine check.
To try and ID
Otherwise,
species.
Otherwise, you're gonna be talking out your ass.
Otherwise,
okay, got it. Never mind.
You are already talking out your ass. So if you want to identify the species, you can try to roll for it.
And I thought Tess was saying that. Wait, some of these bits aren't. A couple of these bits aren't human, and Ed's and Mike, and the next thing that Ed would come up with would require that most of this thing. All of this is non-human, so if she blabbed about this one, he wouldn't.
When anything like referencing like non-human comes up, it's mostly just the very neutral and passive way Vesta is looking at the remains.
Okay.
The remains themselves, you have no idea what the fuck species these are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm going to roll using my forensic acumen feat, giving me a +2 bonus to my. I think it was medicine skill when dealing with autopsies.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You may make the roll.
23.
What species are we looking at here, or is this such a hodgepodge it's hard to tell?
I basically.
It is very, very difficult to tell what you're looking at. They've been disassembled cleanly, but internally most humanoid races are fairly similar. You get the idea from the shape of the hip that this individual was a woman before they were disassembled, and beyond that, it's difficult to say anything else.
So we deal with. Okay, so we have. So here we have an. Okay, I'm going to need a bit more time researching. But we have an opera-chan and not an opera-san here.
We have a dead body.
Yeah, you have a disassembled corpse.
Basically, what she means by an opera. It's basically her way of saying we have a Yando instead of a Yando.
At least one part of this was a lady.
Yeah, at least one part of this pile of body parts came from a woman.
Kazbek, as you're like watching these weirdos look at the most recent corpse and kind of chatter amongst themselves about what this might be, the woman in charge of like keeping care of the dead, like making sure nobody steals them or anything like that, kind of gently knocks on the door. Captain?
Yes.
The priestess has come to give last rites to the most recent one. Should I let her in?
Please do. It's only fair that she gets some sort of parting words.
All right, I'll let her know to come in.
Ed takes the respectful step out as required to his station.
Yeah, just scoot.
Okay, Akagi just sort of tells Vesta to put the head back.
She already put it back.
Okay. So she just backs up.
Yeah.
So
as the
let me just grab a little token for this priestess.
is this going to be the NPC we discussed earlier, or is this just going to be one of the?
This is the one we discussed.
Okay.
Let me just find an appropriate token for her.
So, everybody except for Akaki, go ahead and roll me a.
You know what? This will. I'm just trying to find a good token for this. Don't mind me.
I will go. Yeah, let me describe this for you real quick, since this is what we have discussed.
Yep. The token is not necessarily accurate to the appearance. This is just the closest I could find to her hairstyle and general color scheme.
Yeah. So everyone except for Akaki, roll a society check.
Society, religion, whatever the fuck.
Society or religion, you may pick which.
Society.
Akaki does not need to do so, though.
What do I need to roll?
You don't need to roll anything. You know this right off the top of your head, just looking at the person.
Yeah, you know this immediately. Okay. So, Merrick and
28.
Okay, so Merrick knows. Ed knows that this person is from the same land as Akagi came from, though he is unsure who this is. Somehow Merrick knows exactly what this is too. That's shocking.
Well, he's a scout. He's been far traveling. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran into someone from Akagi's homeland, since apparently her folks of her homeland like to travel. Exhibit A, Akagi.
Fair enough. So everyone, Akagi recognizes this straight up. This is a priestess. She's definitely not from around here, and is probably just kind of filling in and assisting with this issue. She is a priestess, and judging by the charms and seals on the katana at her waist, she is a priestess of a Shinigami, to the Shinigami, which you know to be the deities who deal with death and taking people to the afterlife upon death.
Yep.
And she is wondering why and she is hoping that they are doing a better, and she's always hoping they're doing the best job they can.
Yep. So
Yeah.
so
And so that this woman walks in. She is in her shrine priestess attire, and she is fairly unhappy. She has a look of grim determination on her face. She does, of course, come forward and start doing the rites.
Yes.
Susan, sorry for stepping on your toe.
It's
there.
okay. Akagi,
Like
you
I said, this is a
recognize
character.
yes, you recognize these not only as rites to give peace to the dead, but also a way to hopefully prevent them from rising again as a member of the undead.
Akagi just whispers to the rest of the group. She is doing a mixture of last rites and purification against rising again as an undead.
Yeah, she seems particularly focused on the warding of the undead. This is a concern for her.
This is, you are not
yeah.
coming back. I will make sure you are not coming back under any circumstances. Not even God will bring you back.
Now Akagi right now starts to be a bit nervous.
She finishes the rites
Oh,
and turns to Kespek. Kespek, this is not this is not the usual priestess who comes and does the last rites, but she's been in town and has actually been helping as best she can. And
she is also taken a great interest in the murders and is working to investigate them, but she's been pretty helpful.
Yes. She has made it clear to you that if a intact body were recovered, she might be able to make contact with that person's spirit and be able to get some sort of information.
Yeah. She is, however, very, very certain that this thing that has been doing the killing is undead.
Akagi just starts sweating.
Well, Akagi does not know this.
Yeah, this has not been spoken yet.
The woman turns to Kespek, bows a little. I have ushered the soul to the afterlife, and I have made certain it will not rise again. That way we only have one to deal with.
Yeah, now Akagi starts sweating and she speaks in her native tongue. Lady Priestess, what do you mean?
You see her turn to look at you, and for a moment she's surprised, clearly not having heard her native tongue in a bit. My concern is that these happenings are the result of something that has refused to pass on to the realm of the spirits.
Akagi just continues to sweat. Great. Just great.
It's exactly what you wanted! Or is it?
She looks back to Kespek. Seeing as such creatures are very often active during the hours of night, I will be conducting a thorough patrol of the city tonight.
And she used
Don't worry.
no, you.
Don't worry, good sir.
Yeah.
I will be careful.
For the record, the corpses for the record, for Kezbek, the corpses have been found in the morning or late at night. So it is reasonably certain that the killings have been happening at night. Nobody has seen anything strange during the day.
Oh, do not worry, priestess. You will not roam the streets alone. You see, these volunteers came to our doorstep unannounced, and they wish to help, don't they?
Kagrius goes,
Sure.
yes. Yeah, of course, as long as we get someone high-ranking from the guard to watch over us.
Well,
Just-
Oh,
I think I should be able to keep all of you safe. This here, she pats the sword on her hip, has been specially enchanted to steel the nerves against the unquiet dead, and will do great harm to them when it makes contact.
Kagrius
And of
goes,
course-
no, Felix first.
and of course you'll have a high-ranking member of the guard. I'm the captain of it. And no patrols happen in my city without my authority.
Yeah.
Why I was letting you know?
And I thank you, priestess.
She looks at the group, and Kesbeck sees something in the set of her face change a little bit, and she looks to you again. If we may. She kind of gestures to the room that's been enchanted to keep the corpses from getting funky. There is something I wish to discuss with you away from prying ears.
Of course, my lady.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna use my enhanced perception to try and see if I could snap up at least something.
Well, you do sense that she was right. The sword she's carrying does have some very potent holy magic on there.
I meant perception.
Not our
What does the
She's trying
32
to
do?
She's trying to eavesdrop. She's not trying to do a detect magic. So Kesbeck,
It was not hard to detect that magic.
fair.
Yes, I heard my name.
She looks to you. While, if I may, sir, are we entirely certain we can trust them?
I don't trust adventurers as far as I can throw them. They're only in it for the gold and the glory.
I mean beyond that.
What do you mean beyond that?
The tattooed one.
Yes.
Normally, when I'm trying to sense magics afoot, I only pick up if someone is an active practitioner of magic. That one
And
is... I'm not sure what she is, but any humanity she has is rapidly ebbing out of her.
in what regard?
Bum.
Granted, identifying these sorts of things is less my domain of expertise. I am a guardian of the dead. But... Hey, quick question to refreshing my memory. Just a sec, I'll DM it to you.
Okay.
I'm guessing it has something to do with Vesta.
Give me 1 second. I'm typing out my response to Susan.
Yeah. Sorry, this is a comparing of notes / refreshing of the memory, because I have the memory of a goldfish.
as we all know.
Okay, so I have given my response.
I haven't been in this country very long, and so I'm not sure I have a proper word for what she is becoming, but the closest analog I can think of is that best translation is that she's becoming some kind of nature spirit, and not a benevolent, and not one that is pacifistic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Potentially dangerous nature spirit, always fun. We're ready for that.
One that's
one crisis at a time at this rate.
fortunately, it appears the metamorphosis is still incomplete. Odds are
Good.
it'll only complete once she's outside the city and no longer your problem.
Good. I don't care what happens to them at that point. All I care about is that we solve these murders. They came here lying about a dragon, they'll work. They'll work like a mule.
The
And they want
child
someone to
with
believe them. The child? Insignificant.
She's possessed, or a vessel for something, and I know not what.
And this is why I have people like you to listen to.
While I'm out patrolling with them, I'll try and see if I can figure out what the girl is a vessel for, and what type of spirit the woman is becoming.
Of course. And I'll have some of the rooftop walkers follow you.
You know for a fact I can get away from them in a heartbeat.
No, not for you. In case you decide that all of these are too much of a problem to allow continued life, signal the rooftop walkers, and they'll be dealt with.
I have no intent of dispatching them unless they prove to be a threat.
Exactly.
So far, they have shown no such signs. The young vessel doesn't even appear to be trained in combat.
Rookie mistake.
Or she's just a non-combatant. Jeez. You're a guardsman, not a mercenary.
I am a guardsman who guards an entire city under siege. I was raised from a young life to know if I can't defend myself, I'm useless.
Man has issues. Moving on.
Fair enough.
I am lawful neutral. I don't give a fuck.
I'll keep an eye on them, and don't worry about me going toe-to-toe with what we're dealing with. This will protect me. Pats the sword on her hip.
I have never worried about people fighting. If you have decided one day to draw your blade, you've decided that you're gonna live or die that day.
Right. Anyways.
That's close to... This guy is dancing around that edge to lawful evil.
Don't forget to relax sometimes. I'd hate to see what happens if you crack.
I do not relax. This city will be kept safe, and all of its people inside of it will prosper. For my sister is here. And if anyone shall hurt her, they'll face the wrath that my ancestors were feared for.
Fair enough. Shall we?
Here is an out of character question. John.
heard the bits where this woman knows something's up with Vesta and knows something's up with Tess. And that she'll be
Sure.
keeping
Ed
an
has
eye
been-
on both of them. Ed, where did
Ed was not
go?
even in the.
Ed's outside the front door talking to his sword, basically.
Oh, good. You're looking like a cuckoo person.
Ed is
Surrounded by guards and the other staff around here, by the way.
Yeah.
The lady, the lady who let him know the priestess arrived is seemingly filling out some paperwork. Ed, the other guards are kind of looking at you funny, and you suddenly remember that what you're doing is not normal.
Oh, sorry. Ed goes, sorry. My mom, she conquered this place for the Empire.
Her
She
sword
died
is...
in a fire, and
Her spirit lives
and
in the
she's in the
sword.
sword right now.
They just kind of look at you, look amongst
Some of it-
themselves, go back to paperwork, apparently having decided, you know what, nope.
Some of them do scowl upon your saying that your mom conquered this land for the Empire. Some of these people were the people who were conquered.
And are not too pleased about that. Anywho,
Yeah.
so everyone, Kesbeck and the priestess re-emerge. She turns to the group. I will escort you to the nearest inn, and I will reconvene with the lot of you this evening to begin the patrol.
Okay.
Yep.
Akagi sort of. Akagi, but before they go, Akagi kind of sort of looks at the guard captain and says, "Just before you leave, I need to tell you that any feeling is mutual." Yeah, she heard enough to be wary of him.
He's wary of them, they're wary of him. There's a murder thing on the loose. Good times all around.
So, should we reconvene to the evening or something like that?
Yep.
Yep.
She drops you guys off to... She brings you guys to the inn and sort of drops you off. I'll be back a little while after I'll be back a candle mark or two after sundown.
Okay.
I didn't put the sword back until well after the
Yeah.
priestess got a chance to see it. So.
Yeah, Felix, I want you to know that lawful evil Kesbeck is not something that I want to avoid.
That's fair.
That is encouragement from me.
That's fair.
Be the man who's like, I care about my city, and I care about my sister, and everything else can go die in a fire.
Yeah, because pushing Kesbeck over the edge might be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Akagi.
For context, a candle mark is about an hour.
Mm.
That is,
So-
in fact.
So, I'm going to... Now, Felix, you will be able to see what's going on, but unless Kesbeck has come to the inn after his clock out time, he will not be physically present.
Right.
I'm just gonna DM Susan a screen cap of what you just sent me, Felix.
Oh, good to know. Ander has fucked off to parts unknown.
Yeah, Ander is off in the desert,
Doing shit.
setting up to have tea time with a very, very large blue dragon, and explain to her that her boyfriend is dead, and that's kind of sorta his fault.
Just, so, my bad. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, he's going to be blaming the hag. But yeah, you know how this is.
Yeah.
We already know this.
Unfortunately,
Not now, Doug. Not now, Bronze. We are going through the
We are late.
innkeep.
See, we are late. So she drops you guys off. Let the gentleman know you're gonna be staying for a little while. He'll make sure you guys are put up and that you'll be at least comfortable. I'll be back to
Okay.
pick you guys up an hour or two after sundown. There are some preparations I need to make.
Okay.
So the old man in the bar squints and frowns as he just kind of looks over at you guys before he speaks up. Do your business in town and get and leave. This city ain't safe anymore. Make sure whatever business you have is done before sundown. These doors are barred at night.
We understand. Also, I'm basically gonna go. I think we're gonna have to spend our time before this sleeping if we're gonna have any sort of energy tonight. We take our nighttime's rest now before the whole thing, so we don't get any exhaustion from.
Yeah. When we get to the room, and Zach will plow.
The innkeeper's like, "You're not going out there. You're not going out at night intentionally, are you? There's a monster on the loose in those streets. People are dying."
Which is what we're trying to stop. And how can we stop that if we're inside this place at night?
The innkeeper stares at Akagi for a moment. This thing ain't something you can just stop, miss. I've seen it with my own two eyes. It ain't human. Ain't a man. Pretends to be. But it ain't.
And
Yeah.
so, we have killed dragons. We have killed dragons, and my family has fought and died for the safety of this people for generations. We will make it bleed or make it stop entirely.
Akagi just sort of goes. Yeah, we will do that while it reminds him and goes, oh, what kind of a creature?
Hey,
Look.
Keith, can you please give me a glass of your best wine?
It's like, I require alcoholic beverage. It's like, let's get this man clearly out of his I have seen horrors beyond comprehension of man.
This man just looks at Merrick very strangely at this very sudden turn of change of subject. Before he grabs a bottle, pulls out a tankard just on the table, and just pours it in and slides it to Merrick. He looks at him. This
Thank
thing. He looks back at Agi. I'm telling you, this thing it ain't right. It moves wrong. It smells of death.
Hmm.
Its arms are faster than you can see.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. But you need to finish your business in this town and leave.
Well,
So,
that thing is my business, apparently. Unless of course my friend doesn't successfully sell things with the blue dragon. But hey, detail.
Yes, so
Akagi sort of gives Ed the look and mouth. Ed, if you want Ubu's mouth, Ed, just keep quiet. Be a strong, silent type.
So
Don't
Every time
talk.
Ed speaks, something dumb comes out.
so as the members of the party kind of filter upstairs to their rooms for the evening after presumably eating, the old man does notice that the tattooed woman that came in with the party has stayed behind and seems to be puzzling over something.
You have some problems, miss?
You said it pretends to be a man.
Yeah. It's shaped like one. Kinda moves like one, but not right. It tries to talk to you. But it's got two voices. One of them tries to tell you to it tries to be friendly even as it's ripping you apart. The other voice just speaks nonsense.
She seems to. He can see gears turning in her mind. Interesting. Thank you very much, sir. I promise you, we will be safe and we will ensure the safety of the residents of this town. Thank you for the drink, thank you for the meal, and thank you for a bed.
Man just frowns and kind of looks at her for a moment before he nods.
I won't stop you. But I don't have high hopes for this.
Fair enough. She heads upstairs.
Ed has zapped the flower. Ed has zapped the flower in an appropriate in an appropriate place, and has since decided to catch some sunlight before sundown.
Yep. So, allow me to roll something really quick here. Oh dear.
What happens?
So,
And
the sun goes to, so the afternoon passes, as does the evening, and I imagine all of you are up in your rooms.
Yes.
You watch the sun dip below the horizon and you know, oh, the priestess will be coming soon.
Yeah.
The sun
I go to
fully disappears and the moon begins to rise. Well, it would, but there's no moon tonight.
Ed. Ed is currently getting.
are we
getting armored up.
expecting a moon tonight?
Well,
Yeah, it's just a new moon.
there's nothing
It's
special.
just
Nothing special.
they're-
It's just phase of the moon says it dark now.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
but
very very
was,
dark tonight.
You said there was no moon, so my question was merely.
Is there supposed to be one?
Yeah, yes.
My bad, I worded that poorly. So,
Yeah.
I imagine by now the party has filtered down into the common area to wait for the priestess.
Akagi had told Tess to wait in her room.
As
Smart move.
Vesta shared the intel with the party.
Yes, assume any information Vesta has been shared with the party. Whatever this is, it is trying to be a person.
Well,
Sounds like some sort of, I don't know what. Sounds like someone is trying to. Sounds like someone is manipulating. Sounds like someone is making some sort of weird wonky creature. What will you expect? Multiple arms, multiple limbs, weird centipedialism. Out of
According
character,
to-
something Stag has been infamous of posting.
Thanks for that psychic damage. Anyway, so from what Vesta describes as the man telling her, this thing, from a distance at least, can pass for a human, at least visually.
So it passes. Are we dealing with lycanthropy?
I think
Maybe.
he'd have mentioned. I think he would have mentioned it having bestial traits.
Some kind of possession.
Maybe.
Do
Since-
not
since-
speak.
Since he talked about
It having two voices, one
yeah.
trying to help, the other saying nonsense.
yeah.
Kakiyu sort of goes, please do not talk about possession right now.
Why?
Akagi then relays this. Well, the last time we had to deal with spiritual things, I woke up with a ghost about 6 inches away from my face and I had a panic attack.
Vesta nods.
Ah.
Yes, we were all well aware of that.
Merrick,
I thought my sword showed up later than that.
Merrick,
She's referencing that noble's house we went to with the spirit
Ah,
of the nursemaid.
Yeah, the Clampett house. Right. I was saying I thought my sword showed up after that.
Yep. So
yeah,
as you guys are talking, you realize. Well, you realize it's been. You realize the preparations the priestess is taking must have taken longer than expected. She's actually quite a bit late.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Akagi just sort of. Okay, this is not good. She's a little bit late.
Shouldn't the lady have arrived yet?
Yeah,
She
she should
is-
have arrived.
Yeah.
She should have arrived half a candle mark ago.
Yeah.
An hour. So we have been. So unless she has gotten unless she has been hit by delays, or something has happened.
We should go see if
Yeah.
we can find her.
Yeah, we should.
Off
sure.
in. Yeah. So as you guys step outside, you see, off in a kind of distant part of the town, a bright flash of holy light.
Like,
As,
none of you have detect magic going, but you could feel that.
Yeah,
you
Akagi
could
just
feel
Akagi-
that, and she fired off some kind of very powerful spell to attack an undead.
Akagi just goes, what did the... And she just basically puts hands on her sword and just rushes right in that direction.
And draws the sword, just goes, finally! And just runs to reinforce the Akagi.
It
And,
takes you guys. It is a fair distance away. Okay, Merrick. Yeah, go ahead. say it.
Merrick runs after them. Wait for me, wait for me. I don't want to be alone in this dark.
It's spoopy here, I don't like it! Do you feel that, Krillin?
Gee.
I taste that!
Yeah, so you guys get there. It
Uh,
takes you. It takes you about 30 minutes to get there, weaving through the city streets, and while you know the general area it happened, it takes you several minutes to find the exact alleyway that this fight started in. I will say, Kez, you have most certainly seen that flash of light too yourself, and would probably started making your way there too.
I just
When
hope
you-
he...
Oh,
I-
yes.
I just hope he gets there before us, to prevent any misunderstanding.
Yeah, when you get there, Well, it's not. It's not what you would hope, and it's not a pretty sight. You can tell what used to be here. Well, you can tell that the thing you're looking at in the alleyway did used to be our shrine maiden. Though that is only by the ragged mass of cloth that used to be her shrine maiden uniform, and her katana laying on the ground nearby. The rest of her, there has been, the rest of her has been taken apart. She has been torn pieces. There is blood splattered everywhere, and it looks like some kind of some savage beast has just torn her to pieces.
So it's not she's not taken apart as neatly as the other ones. It's just.
If you would like to roll a perception check, you may do so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll with one as well.
Okay.
37.
Oh, only 25.
Only 25. Fuck. Minor numbers. So, you guys all roll fairly high. So, first off, as you guys had arrived, you heard something scuttling away on the rooftops. So whatever just did this to her just left. You do notice, however, that despite the frantic and savage way the blood has been splattered and the gore and viscera has been torn to pieces, you do find that her organs and most of her musculature, her organs, bones, most of her musculature has all been taken apart. The damage to her body appears to be more due to the fight that she was in than to what happened afterwards. She has been disassembled, and the body parts, while done so in a hasty manner, they are actually pretty neatly organized on the ground.
Akagi, this is basically the player just watching too much crime drama, saying, "Do not touch the body."
Yeah, interference with the crime scene. Thing walks away on rooftops. Okay. This thing walked away on rooftops. Let's wait until the captain of the guard gets here. And remember, grouchy means it's safe.
Yep.
Kespek is there, right?
He actually.
Kespek was.
You guys have arrived at approximately the same time.
Okay, so Kespek is there. I was gonna have him arrive a little bit after, but right about now. So yeah, Kespek is there.
He was there enough to hear that this thing's running away, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His first order of business, then,
is to catch this fucker.
He is going to yell up to his scouting regiment, which he calls the rooftop runners.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting away, and so is your bonuses. Get it?
Akagi
So there are there is a lot of yelling and calling to each other as they move across the rooftops. However, whatever this thing is, very quickly drops down an alleyway, and just as soon as it's out of their line of sight, just seems to disappear.
They do know, however, that it seems to have gone in the direction the group has to have come from to get here.
Why weren't you with her?
We were waiting for her to show up. We just, we noticed she was late, walked over there, saw the flashlight, and came over too late to intervene in the fight.
She told us she would collect us for the patrol 2 candle marks after sundown. When we realized she was late, we stepped out to see if she had been delayed in making her preparations. We saw the flash of light and came to investigate.
That story is likely. You'll be under my supervision till I can prove it true, though.
Okay. But where?
I will say, Kez, that this has been going on for a few months prior. These guys are,
These guys just showed
one
up.
day to town, so this is probably not their doing.
Also, none of these people are the degree of mess they would need to be in order to have been committing rapid anatomical disassembly. But I still understand him wanting to keep a tight eye on them because in his mind,
They're also a problem.
they're also problem children, and they, in his mind, probably should have been with her, and she might have survived if they had.
Yeah,
Okay,
he does not trust anyone from the Adventurers Guild.
That's fair.
He kind of sort of understands it. General idea of adventures is they essentially are only in it for a paycheck.
Akagi, you do sense that the priestess's sword still holds the magic it did before.
Her
It
passing has not caused it to lose its blessing.
Yeah, her death did not cause it to lose its blessing, and it still holds that power.
He just picks up that sword and gives it a look.
You find that
it's in good
you find it's
condition.
Yeah. You find it's in good condition, and due to the fact that this woman was about the same size and build as you were, it is actually about the right balance and weighting that you could use it yourself if you so choose.
Yeah, Akaki is going to go. It's gonna be a waste of. It's gonna be a waste of a weapon to just wave it around, but I'm not just gonna take it straight up. I might be an adventurer, but I'm not a crook.
As you hold it, I will say that as you hold it, the general fear that you've been feeling from your phantasmophobia and all this discussion of undead seems to dampen a bit. It's still there. You're still wary, but it feels less like panic ready to set in and more like a readiness to fight. And a readiness to
So
fight or
basically,
flee. You can think clearly and make decisions. It's no longer an out of control thing.
So basically, it's basically as if I took that second rank in flight or fight in a different game.
Yeah, if you want to roll, if you want to do an identify magic on it, you can, and I can get you in. Depending on how you pass on that, I can get you your the full details of what this thing does.
Yeah, because especially considering that I'm now heightened at 4th.
Yeah.
I mean that I now know, meaning that I can pinpoint the strongest source of magic as well.
Yeah. So are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
26.
26. Okay, so go ahead and write this down if you're going to end up if you decide to keep this sword, of course.
I guess I will, but it's gonna be at least temporary, so I'm gonna put it in notes.
Okay. So, first off, The sword does give you a +3 bonus, and allows you to reroll once on a failed check against fear effect caused by undead, including your phantasmophobia. As a blessed weapon, it gives you a +2 to attack rolls and damage rolls against things like demons and other unholy creatures. However, that bonus against a
Undead is doubled.
against an undead is a whopping +6 to attack and damage against undead.
So +2 and so +2 against general unholy stuff and +6 damage.
Versus
Again.
undead, as befitting a weapon belonging to a Shinigami's battle priestess.
And to hit. It is to hit to land the blow as well as the damage.
Against fear effects.
Yeah. So you got that bonus against fear effects, and you can reroll to fail save. So it gives you a bonus plus advantage, basically.
And so one reroll, so +T and one reroll, all against fear effects, +2 /
Yeah, it is
Plus.
against fear effects from undead. So, like, if a dragon were to hit you with a fear effect, that's not going to do it. It's not going to give you anything for that.
From not you dead undead, +2 says +6 against unholy / undead. That says on both to hit and damage against hit and again. I missed. Okay, you sort of gives. What is it? I saw Cass. What's the full name?
Kesbeck.
Okay, so he just looks at Kesbeck and goes, "Where did your man lose this person?"
That is a great question.
Cool. So, I take it you guys are going to go in pursuit of the what's it?
Yeah, we're gonna pick up right where he found, right where they lost the guy, and hopefully they will have better luck.
Yep. As you were heading back...
Give me 1 second. Susan,
Yes?
I would like to cut away from the party for 1 second to focus on Tess.
Oh, sweet merciful Jesus. I will say this, hearing all the sketch shit that's been going on, Tess has locked her door.
Good.
And the window Tess's room does have is not the kind that can be opened, and the structure of the panes, if it were to be broken, are too small for anything the size of a medium humanoid to enter.
Meaning that, yeah, this is basically Akagi going.
It is a safe room.
Yeah,
Yes.
she basically.
So
put the child in the safest room.
yeah. So, Tess, I'm putting you on a second floor for this inn, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. Given that we last saw
Tess.
the spoopy scuttling about on the roof.
Tess sees out the window some movement. Outside, she sees scuttling along a wall, like some overgrown spider is something with a humanoid shape. Its
This is why
hands.
This is why I make a stat block for Tess.
Yeah. Its hands stabbing into the wall. And its feet, or where it should have feet, seems to have been ripped apart 4 large claws that are so covered in gore and viscera that you can't even really see what claws are even made of. Dig into the wall as this thing moves, almost like a spider that had been twisted and corrupted. It just been twisted and malformed into the shape of a human person. As it moves, it pauses as if sensing the fact that Tess is looking at it. And it's...
Tess kind of... I imagine she's been sitting on her bed reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
She slowly kind of slides down so the bed is between her and the window, still kind of peeping up over it.
Yeah. This thing moves in somewhat of a bizarre fashion. It seems to rapidly twitch to position and pause before twitching again. Just twitch, pause, twitch, pause, twitch, pause as it moves. A very jerky motion. As it stops suddenly as it senses Tess looking at her, and its head seems to rotate, and she gets a look at its face. The face is wrong. It doesn't seem... Its eyes do not even seem to be looking at her, but seem to be looking past her into some empty void. The skin of its face is stretched. Seems like looks like it's just stretched too tight over its skull. Its hair is a ragged mess, and much of the skin seems to be just kind of sewn or stapled together. Despite this, though, it has a smile on its face. This smile does not seem like an honest smile. It does not seem happy. Instead, it seems like the smile of a worker at a shop that is trying to put on a friendly face for the customers that come in.
Jesus Christ,
Behind the smile, behind the smile is not any form of friendliness. It is almost an emptiness. It is a void where emotion and thought should be.
Can you please get rid of that? Just looking at it is putting my blood pressure up 20 points, Doug. Make it go away.
Make it some sort of spoil. Make it a spoiler, so you just have to click on it to watch it.
I mean,
spoiler it.
Yeah, its mouth isn't even open.
Do whatever you gotta do, but put that thing away.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Put that thing away, or so help me God. Thank you. Yeah, at this point, Tess has, like, the only thing above the bed, above the bed are her eyes and the top of her head. And she is shaking.
Yeah. It stares at her for a long moment. And then its head seems to twitch slightly in different directions, as if it's actually looking at the window and the seals around it, just studying what it's looking at. Without any emotion on its face beyond this plastic mockery of friendliness.
I would like to have Tess make a will save to retain control of her magic.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is an extremely stressful situation for a teenager to be in, and sorcerers already have pretty shaky control.
Yeah, especially one that is really new to her training.
And has pre-existing traumas.
Mm-hmm.
If we combine all of that into someone like, yay, I worry about what happened.
Also, slap on a will save to see if one of her moms decides to step up to the plate.
I'll roll to see if she keeps control of her magic, and then the roll to see if one of the mothers takes over. It will be a separate roll.
Yeah, that was a separate. I intended that to be 2 separate rolls.
Yep. Will save to keep control of her magic. Okay. Fortunately, her will save is pretty high. Base roll 10 plus 14, that's a 24. So she hasn't blown a hole in the wall.
Which is very helpful. She really does not want a hole in that wall.
She does not want a hole anywhere near that wall.
Because that wall is the only thing that separates her from that thing.
Separates her from whatever the flying French-Canadian fuck that is.
Yeah. As for
if one of moms decides to take the wheel.
Yep.
So I take it high roll means Tess retains the driver's seat.
Depends on what Tess wants right now, I suppose.
Tess wants to be not here at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I imagine it would be the red, white, maybe the green.
Depends.
Dragon. It really depends, but whichever one you feel is appropriate, or if you want to roll at random, I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. Tess's brain has decided to check the. I'm not clicking that.
I am.
I think that fits better.
At least you demarcated that shit.
Yeah, its teeth are that of a normal human's. They're not these overgrown clusterfucks that Stug keeps posting.
Right. So,
Though the teeth do look like they're put in slightly wrong.
Yeah, just funky. Everything about this is slapping the uncanny valley like it owes it money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Tess ain't at the wheel at the moment.
That one!
Okay. So I would imagine that the color of her scales and eyes will change to reflect which one of her moms is currently at the wheel.
Yeah, so
And
the
as
eye
dragons,
that is influenced by the fact that she slept in a deceased dragon's lair is the same color it always is. The other eye is the one that changes.
yeah. And I will say that the green, especially, but all of the dragons, the white less so, may have a little bit more experience with using sorceress magic than Tess does, as dragons are natural-born sorcerers, and these are adult dragons.
She won't have any spells she doesn't normally have access to, but she will be casting more effectively.
Yeah.
So,
well,
so this thing is looking at Tess, right?
Yeah, it is. It's no longer quite looking at Tess. It is now inspecting the window.
Has it gone from where the fuck it is to way too
No,
close to Tess for her mental health?
It is stayed exactly where it is, on the wall of the building across the alley.
So,
it does not appear to move at all unless that movement is necessary for it performing a task.
Yep. So this thing is aware of Tess going limp as if she's lost consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that would cause it to approach.
No, it remains in place, though it does turn its focus back to Tess.
So, as a result, I imagine it's night. I imagine any visual capacity it has for increased vision in low light scenarios is black and white, like most creatures.
Yeah, though I imagine Tess's room does have like a candle or something lit.
Yeah,
so
it does
she
have a
can,
light on.
So it can see the color. It can see color within
That
that room with Tess.
And it sees her slowly get up, but she's getting up like she's not quite like she hasn't. She's getting up
She
like
hasn't-
the way you get up like when you've been sitting down for way too fucking long.
Okay.
And she kind of slowly, as if she's still getting used to it.
Uh-huh.
One sec. I need to double check what all Tess has in her inventory. She
My
reaches
inventory.
she kind of she reaches over slowly, kind of clumsily almost, and grabs the sling Ander had taught her how the sling she'd learned how to use during her time in the wilderness. And this thing sees that that the scaling visible on her skin is now predominantly red. And let me look something up really, really quick here.
So the angry, arrogant queen bitch mommy. I mean, let's be real. That's what that is what a female red dragon is. Angry, arrogant, and basically queen bitch.
She
would be offended that you called her queen. She would be offended if you called her a bitch. She would be offended and correct you that it is queen bitch or empress. Excuse you and your entire population.
Excuse your existence.
Excuse you and your entire race.
Exactly.
Basically. So
yeah, this is the mommy in charge of Tessa's head right now.
So her head kind of lolls to one side a little bit as she's holding the sling. Okay, there's not actual. Okay, so it looks like the eyes are kind of a sort of orangey gold color.
Okay.
So one of her eyes has shifted to a sort of reptilian orangey gold glow to it.
Okay.
As she's looking straight at this thing, any timidity has vanished from her system as her other hand grabs one of her sling bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look and see if she has any magics that she can bind to the thing in question.
Okay.
Survey says no, but
You're just gonna throw a rock at it?
Actually, no. She seems to think for a minute and then kind of reaches up and touches her throat for a second. Nods a little and then puts the sling and the bullets down.
Is she going to open the window? Because I have a feeling that Red Dragon Mommy wants to breathe fire at this thing.
Oh, that is exactly what she wants to do at it.
But is she willing to open the window and potentially risk this thing launching itself through the window at her? Which does endanger Tess.
She thinks for a moment, and then she looks at the size of one of the window panes. See, she kind of flexes her hand, her dominant hand, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
we'll pay for the damages. And she just punches out one of the window panes that's level with her head.
As she's doing all this, if this thing has any reaction at all to her change in demeanor, it doesn't show it.
She looks through the broken pane directly at this thing.
Okay.
Barbecue.
As she breaks this window and she sticks her head
She's not sticking her
closer
head.
to the
She's just
closer to the broken pane, she can smell the stench of decay, rotting flesh coming off of this thing.
a reddish glow kind of suffuses her throat. And when Tess speaks, this is not Tess's voice. I don't know what you are or what you want, but get your disgusting self away from my daughter! Roll to hit.
Oh boy.
Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's damage. Let's see if we can hit with that. This thing needs to make a,
I would
Let me
I would assume a reflex save since you're making a
Yes.
explosion of angry fire.
Yes. Pissed off Red Mama is yeeting fire at this thing. It's gonna need to either haul ass or get crispy. Also, what the heck is that audio?
Who the hell is what the?
Sorry!
Fixed it.
All right, now, Brod.
Fixed it.
Was it me?
DM, shoot a DM, Bronze, once that is done. So,
Okay.
it needs a reflex save, and we are going to be using the reflex DC for a creature of the mother's stat block at the time of her passing.
Oh shit! If she's putting out a dragon fire, if she's putting out a full red dragon fire breath, she's gonna burn down half the fucking city.
Fortune. Well, we can. How about this? Same DC, but it's a
Same save DC, but it's not
It's a line, not
but
a
it's-
cone.
a lot smaller blast of a fire, basically.
Yes, she's going to hit.
It's not going to be
one
the
thing.
nuclear breath.
We are not nuking the field.
Well, this fucker.
Okay, I've got the thing for a red. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to tone that to a young adult.
Okay, well, I just rolled its save.
What did
It rolled a 9. Yeah, it rolled a 19 for a total of 34.
That's first edition Pathfinder. I don't want first edition Pathfinder. Thank you. A young red.
We'll say that matches Tess's age.
Yes, so a young.
Does a 34 make that save?
It gets away, but I'm going to double check and see if it made the save means it takes half. Or if it just straight up is unharmed. That is decidedly unhelpful. Are we gonna say, reflex? Are we gonna actually, how about for damage so we aren't, like, instantly dealing with this thing? Let's use one of Tess's, pre-existing spells.
Okay.
There's only so
She-
much her body can pump out because she's still very young.
That and she's not truly a dragon.
Yeah. She's still very
She is
young.
not. She is not a multi-ton fire lizard
Yeah.
breathing out a gout of napalm.
Yep.
She is a 14-year-old girl spitting
Fire.
13. Okay,
She-
13-year-old girl
Spitting fire.
spitting fire. Yeah. Yeah. So the red dragon mommy may be more capable of aiming and in using the fire more skillfully. There's only so much she can actually do with this body.
So we're gonna say since it made the save, it takes half the damage.
Okay.
It did make the save, which is why I ask.
Yes.
So it's taking a whopping 6 fire damage, and it probably smells nasty.
Oh yeah, that is rancid. The smoke coming off this thing. It basically kind of moves its lower body and just kind of jumps, and the thing turns on a 90 degree using its head basically as the axis. So its head does not move even as you blast at the body. And as it does this, the head doesn't turn with the body. And you can actually hear bones snapping and breaking as it just basically snaps its own neck to rotate its body out of the way of the fire. It doesn't do so rapidly enough to completely avoid the flames, and the cloak it's wearing catches fire. One of it, without moving any other part of its body, one of its arms rapidly reaches up, grabs the cloak, rips it off, and throws it to the ground to burn on the alley floor. What is revealed is once again a mass of flesh, it basically contorted into the shape of a human being. It is stapled together, sewn together. There are gaps where you can see bone and organs within. And after that moment, it stops, and you just hear error. Nope. Error. Vantage. Unable to find point of entry. At which point it had set its body up on the wall, and it basically just spider walks backwards up the wall, over the ceiling, and disappears over the edge. I will say that while Tess could hear its voice, Aki and the others are still on their way there, and they don't.
The most they probably heard was the sound of breaking glass.
Yeah, they probably heard the sound of breaking glass, and they probably see a plume of flame shoot out that window. Yeah.
And I know, yeah, that definitely looks like Tess decided to go the route, try to play it safe.
So I imagine the part. Yeah. I imagine that is probably also accompanied by the stench of burning rotted meat.
Yeah, the stench of burning and rotted meat is pungent in the alleyway that thing was just in.
We can call it Annie later.
I will also point out that when it spoke, its mouth did not move.
Which was concerning. So
Yeah, it should be.
I imagine the party, having heard the breaking glass, the gout of flame, and that horrendous stench, they are hauling ass a bit faster.
Yep.
Yeah, we are heading to Tess.
Kespek is following because at this point it's the best lead he has.
There's also a public disturbance in the breaking glass plume of fire and smell of burning rotten flesh. I would say that evidence of this thing being attacked is probably good. A good lead.
Yeah, it's the best lead he has.
Yeah, the fact that this thing can be hurt.
Or at least lit on fire. We don't know if it's hurt by that, but it can be lit on fire.
It's flammable?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so it can be lit on fire.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Akagi has a fire spell.
Yes, flammable.
Yeah, Aki also has a fancy new sword to stab it with.
Yes. So the party gets to the room Tess was put in. It would appear that Tess followed Akagi's instruction to lock the door.
Akagi just knocks. Tess, it's us, or whoever it is in there.
The party does not know, as far as...
Party barely even knows that she has dragons in her.
As far as the party knows, that should be... The only person in that room should be Tess.
Okay, so basically just Tess, please open the door. It's us.
One moment.
Do they recognize that voice as not Tess?
Yeah, the voice does not sound like Tess, being significantly deeper and sounding like a much older woman.
Akagi just has her
Ed raises
hand
the
on her sword.
again.
Who the hell is in there with
Ed
Tess?
starts drawing the sword again.
The door...
Putting it away.
The lock to the door clicks open. The door opens, and the window is... There's a pane in the window that's been broken from the inside.
I'd imagine there's some scorch marks on the edges of that pane.
Yes, which Tess will offer to fix. And the only person in the room is Tess. But Tess looks slightly...
Is not acting like Tess.
She looks
different and is not acting like Tess.
She looks slightly strange.
Okay.
One of her
The sword all the way back in.
The eye that changed color as a result of them sleeping in the dragon's lair, the one that turned that bright teal, is the same. But the other one, which is normally a sort of normaler, like blue, is a more normal green, has become this sort of orangey yellow and has a reptilian pupil. And the scale patches on her skin that are normally sort of pastel-y, opalescent are a vibrant red. And she's standing with a great deal more confidence and self-assuredness.
Looks at Tess, kind of makes a wild guess as to what's going on. So it is. So, did you see it?
It wanted in here.
Well, it looks like it didn't get that.
I'll say this. It is hurt by fire. And as she says this, there's little bits of smoke leaking out of her nose and from between her teeth.
Akiki just smiles.
I recommend you drink plenty of water.
Thanks for the information. I guess,
not-
ma'am.
I'm not quite done.
Huh?
Whatever that thing is, it does not move the way you would think a human should. It does not behave the way a human should. Seeing it, it had been wearing a cloak. The breath this can managed to catch said cloak aflame, causing it to discard it. Whatever that thing is, it is stitched together, stapled together, and it is slowly falling apart.
Well, then I
Witchcraft
guess the
construct trying to
motive for
keep
our.
itself together.
Then I guess, well, what then, Devil? I guess we have found the motive for all the killings. Raw
explains the murders.
materials.
What kept it from getting in was that it could not find a way in. Fortunately, it appears it was too stupid to figure out how to open a window.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
Got it.
So the
Looks
entity
like,
in charge of Tess's meat suit at the moment heard it say error. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she heard it say error, point of entry not found.
I did hear it speak, or well, make words. I did not see its mouth move when it spoke.
Well, what did it say?
Error, point of entry not found.
Ed looks at this. Sounds like a poorly programmed construct.
She just shrugs. What matters, to me at least, is that this daughter of mine is safe. Anything else is incidental.
Oh. Thanks for the help.
And thanks for protecting Tess.
Thanks for the help, Miss Red, it appears.
You're welcome. And she kind of looks at Kespek. Kespek, you don't know what the fuck you're looking at, but it's kind of creepy because the last time you saw this girl, she wouldn't even make eye contact with you.
We might even say, does Kespek have any sense for magic?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this man is about as arcanely sensitive as a brick.
Akiki, you may,
You may
depending
want to
on
make
whether or
an
not
Arcana check.
yeah.
Okay, let me check my Arcana skill to make sure I rolled correctly. Arcana. Well, at least I have trade in it.
Trained is good.
Well, I'm gonna use Detect Magic.
Okay.
Let me guess. Your Arcana ain't that good?
I rolled a 16. I'm just covering all my bases.
So... you count yourself very lucky that you have never been in the presence of a chromatic dragon before.
Well, you guys did kill that white. Or was Akiki not part of that?
In the presence of a competent adult chromatic before.
Oh, yeah.
They are now.
The way, yeah, whatever is in charge, whatever is controlling Tess at the moment, sort of. So you've cast Detect Magic while you're looking at Tess.
Yes.
Her entire body is suffused. Does your Detect Magic identify types of magic?
Yes, I am at Detect Magic of. I am at level 4 on Detect Magic, so,
So-
level.
Yeah,
Her
I'm
entire body is suffused with powerful transmutation magic, and you're not even sure where the pinpoint of it is. It's like every piece of her is equally suffused in this magic.
I would imagine there would be a almost miasma of fiery draconic magic just kind of clouded around her.
Basically, Tess is caught in a cloud of magic.
Yep.
Got that?
That is the source of a cloud of magic.
Kesbeck, the thing the priestess said about the child being a vessel for something immediately springs to mind.
Oh, great.
Yeah, one of the something is
Apparent.
now rearing its ugly head, and it's not happy right now.
She kind of looks at Kesbeck as he speaks. Yes?
Your
see.
thing.
Just the red dragon looks at inferior entity. Can I help you?
I assure you, so long as no harm comes to my daughter, I will be little more than a voice in the back of her head, giving counsel and comfort.
Good to know. Hey, Susan.
Yeah? Yeah,
1 o'clock.
it is. Yeah, okay. So, as she says this, there's this soft little rumble, almost like something getting settled. And you realize the rumble is coming out of Tess's general presence. Now that the threat to my daughter is gone, and her more physical guardians have returned, I think I shall leave now.
Good. I'm already dealing with enough. The last thing I need is a dragon.
Bold of you to assume there's one. Tess's head kind of lolls forward. And that is followed by the rest of her kind of crumpling like a puppet that's had the strings cut.
Akagi is there to catch her as he crumbles.
Just florp. It would appear she is asleep.
Akagi,
I imagine her scales had changed color back
They-
to their original
The red,
coloration.
the red fades back, letting the sort of pale but many-colored pattern to them return.
Akagi
As
just
the
draws.
smoke stops leaking out of her mouth and nose, and that miasma of heat and the scent of brimstone fades away. And all that's left is Tess, peacefully asleep.
I'm guessing we're gonna end that there.
Yep, because it is time for me to consume food.
Yeah, I'm also tired and stuff, but today was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
This
was
will see-
exciting. How you guys feel about your new antagonist?
I have
Interesting.
guesses, but every time I think I have what it is, you change the description, and I'm like, No, so it's not a Nabasu. What the fuck is it?
What's an Abasu?
A demon.
Yeah, it's a demon that can create undead, so that was my first guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright. Guess we'll see, MRG and Bronze, I guess we'll see you Sunday.
Mm.
Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, when we...
Anyways, let's wrap things up here. Thank you all for
Yep.
watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Bye.
Toodles, you fucking poop.